After
What is
delaying...
that?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was in weed exhibits. What's this a reference to again? I'm a healer, but I feel like I've seen the actual is that a template or a screen cap?
Let me see if the Twitter person says something. I feel like it might be that meme of like, I don't have strong opinions about anything. And then a frame of like someone saying something and then the guy cocking his gun. Or something. I'm not sure. I'm a healer, but these are all just... Oh, here we go. I'll throw in a voice chat, actually. I missed that one of the dog in the laundry bin. I guess it's probably that. I'm not sure what this is from or what anime this is, but that is what it seems to be from. Excuse me.
It's a good meme. I like that. Okay. Well, it is try to get longer in this court trial.
Remember where we left off?
Hi. This was wow. It's really was this when your internet dropped and has it been have you played since then?
No. Because my internet dropped in the middle of the court. We went through the break. We finished the first part, and they were like, okay, it's time for you guys to do your second investigation that you always do. But then Edgeworth was like, nah, fam, we doing it now. And we were like,
Right.
cool, save Maya. And then that was when.
Okay. Cool. I I feel like there was something else, but it'll come to us.
Okay. Dude. Oh, right, we did our thing of shifting the blame onto someone else. They were like, no one had motivation or whatever, and then we're like, but they were roommates, and now we're getting hurt down here.
Absolutely.
Dude, I can't believe they're Asian. No way. Not cool, calm, collected Adrian Andrews.
Well, she is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So, after the ceremony during the break, huh? Flashback. I was sleeping like a log the entire time, in costume because I never take it off.
See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama.
Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, dude, you're just saying it really was her. Like, this isn't just you bullshitting, like you believed it.
Yeah. I always believe when well, no, I can't even say that with a straight face. He is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Kurita, or so we think for right now.
But like, why? I thought she was best buds with Juan.
She had her own agenda.
Oh,
Women always do.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about? She was my manager. She handled my agenda. She can't have two agendas. I was so busy all the time, there's no way.
I'm sure you'll see by this trial's over. Or maybe you won't. You don't seem to have a lot going on up there, so...
Up where?
It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day.
Oh, give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer, dude. I need it to be like mega positive vibes or else it won't fit my image.
Right.
I think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yep. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live, which, we are going to expose, because she asked us not to. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. Sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it.
It's Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder.
And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Kurita. all to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
Yeah, I know. What? There always is.
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's.
It was Edgeworth.
He's in your head again, Phoenix. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. He shot Franziska and you thought that was a favor. Don't let your guard down just yet, or else you're going to be the one taking a bullet next.
Okay, I'll be fine. I'm totally focused on Maya, alright? Nothing else can break that concentration. So, Edgeworth, why did you leave me? Okay, yes, across the room.
Oh, not now, Mr. Wright! Court will now reconvene. Mr. Edgeworth, if you please, you're making us all stay late today. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. Now, witness, what is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Mad on Guard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Sure. Okay, going right into the interruptions. What is it? Now then, I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. And would love to find out more about my relationship with my roommate. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland.
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Now I fully expect this to happen in the third game.
I hope so.
Right. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida.
Oh.
I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter? Or was that bait and fry? Fish? I'm usually off the clock by this point. But I didn't kill him. Oh no, no one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who'd beg to differ, quite frankly. He literally said that I was the real killer before you dismissed court earlier. Yes, you.
I wasn't gonna say shit, but okay.
I now realize that victim was Juan Corrida, and I said roommate because I was thinking.
Yeah, I know, that's talking about victim.
Yeah, you were wrong victim, suicide, different things. I just still. So again, finding the stride, the vibes, whatever. Right, I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Right, very well. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Yes, well, it was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. But of course, I'm not some sort of damsel. I would never scream and then drop my wine glass. Instead, what I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I never dream of messing with a crime scene. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Extra out.
You're just sipping some juice while you're looking at that dead body like, oh my gosh, wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe
I feel all of your judgments, yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the crime scene. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. Soka! Well, Mr.
wine
Wright,
glass?
you may cross-examine the witness. Sorry, was that?
Oh, okay. Did he say fingerprints on the wine glass or wine bottle?
Glass.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, wait, it was juice. Unless he's calling wine juice, which technically, I guess he wouldn't be wrong.
Phoenix? I think you're focusing on the wrong details here. It's not about what kind of liquid was inside the glass. She is one cool and collected cucumber, and she has the brains to match.
Yeah, I know.
She's seeing every equation. She's doing mathematical calculations you can't even dream of. You're at a 5th grade level. She's gone through university twice. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. She will wipe the floor with you. You should disrupt her pacing. Get in her head, bring her down to your low level.
Oh, so do what Edward does to me. Alright. Disrupt her pacing. I can do that.
She's the type of woman who will easily be thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. If she starts talking about tacos, you need to bring up Italian food. The instant you let up your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Relentless, nonsensical attacks.
Okay. And what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time?
Well, he was taking a nap. He was worn out from his many performances as the little samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Pardon me? What are you...
Objection!
Right. Oh, I thought years of school would have taught you... would have taught me how to read. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence.
I see I'm not the only one thrown off.
Listen, we didn't do any earlier sessions this week. I'm trying to remember voices. I didn't do any vocal warm-ups. I'm out of it.
So you say.
If you've got to make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch and learn. I am picture perfect Edgeworth. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove On Guard's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? No wonder your daughters are so stupid. The witness may continue.
Edgeworth? You know what? Yeah, hold that thought. And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, wants to make an appearance within the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim.
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I was on the clock, you see, unlike you and your boyfriend, ex-husband, whatever strange lovers going on here. I don't bring that into the workplace.
Oh, this is not about that. Please stay on topic, Miss Adrian Andrews. Oh, I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess.
May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
You were in shock.
What? Was I not supposed to be? I even raised my hand up to my mouth as I gasped.
Oh, sure, Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and yet she still believes... she still thinks we should believe that she poured herself some juice. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Krita. I know what love looks like.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked.
I don't think he's trying to rile me up by calling her beautiful. Is that what this is? He's trying to rile me up. It's not gonna work. Anyway.
Yes, beautiful.
I see. It was like about what? It was about her being beautiful. This is the photo you're referring to, correct?
Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case was like this too?
Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then what did you do next, witness?
Juice.
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Come again.
There was no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it?
Have you never done a waterfall, Phoenix Wright? As I understood, it was a common American tradition. Also, I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Krita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. I don't know if you've ever stumbled across a co-worker or some sort of loved one dead.
I have, and I never poured myself some juice.
Mia's just next to him, like...
I know, I have. I actually have, and juice was not the first thing to come to mind. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? Also, days that I made one careless mistake, and that one thing. God, this is what it's like to be a woman, isn't it?
I am not mansplaining anything, alright?
Oh my god, right. Would you stop mansplaining for one moment? Honestly, Phoenix, how unprofessional of you.
What was the one
Phoenix,
thing?
seriously.
Mia, please! What's mansplaining?
Never mind, it's no big deal.
Uh-huh. Miss Andrews.
Oh great, here he goes mansplaining.
I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually, as much as I dislike his mansplaining, so would I.
Oh, good.
I'm sorry, it's just... Well, it's rather embarrassing, and every sort of person that's asking questions of me is an older man, and when I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally...
How old is she?
Knocked the flower vase over. Up now. What was that?
Oh, I was just asking how old she was. I didn't remember.
23. Same as you. Now.
Oh wow. Tomorrow.
How
as
does
of
that
tomorrow.
feel?
Oh god. Feels weird. Not a fan.
Oh, flower vase. Pfft, imagine being strange about feeling 23. Anyway, are you talking about the one in the floor in the crime scene photo? This mess of glass shards. Yes, well, it was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Oh, that's why the water on top of the guitar case was... Or there was water on top of the guitar case. Maybe.
Why did you withhold such important piece of information about things being wet? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just part of the mess.
And if they did, that would be bad.
Well, it looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I apologize, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Pressing X to doubt.
That makes two of us. What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass down, I was holding on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. The vase. I don't know what the proper way to say it is, but it's fine.
Oh, I say vase. I don't know. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
Listen, I'm sorry that seeing a dead body of one of my coworkers is suddenly the one point I lose composure in. The one point, she says. And I think that's what you would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to break her knees!
Keep on the offensive and not let up. Yeah, that's what you said.
There's a metaphor. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence, or some very strong acts of violence.
I have to find the evidence. That's more important. I just have to, for my sake.
Well, what do we got?
Well, we've got
That photo. The knife.
maybe. So she said that it was impossible for someone to take his costume out of the room because he was sleeping. Right? Or that was something that was brought up, like...
It's time for the show.
There's no place...
Get his room. Strong guard, he was taking a nap.
Yeah.
There's one out from as many performances as the ceremony. So you're taking a nap, I guess you could say he could not have been taken out of his room.
Oh, not the costume, the knife.
Yeah.
But still, if he was sleeping, that makes me wonder. Was there a spare costume?
I wonder, did you misunderstand Mr. Harvard's knife? Yeah, I do wonder. Oh! Excuse me, apparently that coffee isn't doing anything for me. We could try to present a picture on that one, maybe. I don't know if that is that. I don't know if it's a contradiction, though. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess it's
it was.
something. I don't know when when that picture was taken necessarily. I don't remember. Oh, and the whole
I guess
thing,
the knife would probably be.
okay, so what was this? We brought the guitar case and everything. Empty. There is some water, but only on top of the lid. Bears creep.
Oh, it was
But
open when she walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say, felt like they were supposed to. Shock. This photo. Here's. Not the focus to where it fell onto the guitar case. She's saying it was open. So let's try that. Oh no, the music
There's
stopped.
the money. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes, the boss.
And are you sure it fell into the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
Just a little one. And it's not some problem, it's actually a major problem. I was trying to make it sugarcoat it since everyone's getting mad at me for bullying you. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell into the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
Very good, Phoenix Wright. You're so slowly speaking your sentences that now you can't mess them up.
Thanks. I'm really trying here. I'm still waking up. Leave me alone.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
Hey, what is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what is wrong with that?
What is wrong with... Oh, that's you. If the guitar case was open when the vase fell...
Stop asking leading questions, Mr. Wright.
The glass shards should be inside, not outside the case.
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all? Well, I'll let you know this. This case is about to be closed.
You think you're so witty. No. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. Objection! But this whole matter of the guitar case is a dead end. A bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
Well, she's still alive then. That may very well be, however, she's a liar. I mean, yeah, even though it has nothing to do with the case, like, that means someone touched the... It has no relation to this case, does it?
It seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yeah, at least add it to the testimony. The guitar case. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but you... Of course, I should have expected something so petty.
Oh, you would know a thing or two about petty, wouldn't you? Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this either, but Mia did say it had to stoop down to level, so whatever.
Alright, I'll follow along for now, for old time's sake between us boys. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
I just imagine the judge trying to inject himself into their bromance, like trying to be like, yes, we're all pals here. Like,
us three are better for you, not us boys here in kangaroo courts.
Reminds me of the principal from the Owl House. It's just like trying to be part of their trio or something. Or making a trio.
What is that one? I'll say, what does that mean? I'm trying to see if I can find that. There's a meme image that I'm thinking of with... I don't know how to search for it. I don't know what it's like, what it's originally from. You know that meme where it's like the couple kissing, and then one of them has like holding a drink, and there's the third person that's like drinking from the cup while they're... I don't know. I can't find it. I don't know how to search for it. It's not important. Okay. It's fine. Yes, Your Honor. I suppose I'll be subjected to you three boys and your nonsense. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. There was no bright red guitar inside. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Again, I walked in on a dead body of a co-worker. Forgive me for not acting perfectly rational like is expected of all women at all times. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point, and now we all look like bigots. Not bigots, but men Privileged white men, I suppose.
Sexist men. Yep.
But its wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. You haven't changed or grown at all, have you, right?
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination now and do my job, you know?
Oh, jot. Using anyway to change the topic. How convenient to escape for a weak man.
Edward, did you miss us at all? Like, he is going, I'm telling you, like, what's canon right now is that Edward straight up showed up, said, hey, I'm here to help, and then just continues to just roast us in court. Like, this is a lot.
He's in your head, Phoenix. You shouldn't have expected anything from him. We keep telling you
I
over and
know.
over again, this isn't a good relationship for you, and every time you think, oh, this time's different. This time he's changed, and look at where you are, Phoenix. But no, every time... Yeah, it's fine.
Mia, you are absolutely right.
Oh, am I? 'Cause strangely, I
I-
feel like you're not going to listen to me anyway, and we're going to keep going down this path over and over again, Phoenix.
You know what? No. I'm making this about Maya. This is about Maya. I've said it so many times, and it's
Maybe
been
eventually
true
it'll be
every
true.
time. No, it's been true every time, but he just keeps pecking. He just keeps pecking at my eyeballs.
Oh, so it's Edward's fault, is it?
Yeah, it's Edward. He's trying to destroy me emotionally while I'm already down. Like, talk about kicking a dog while they're down. Anyway, during your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your
There he
mind?
goes again, using the word anyway to get away from his co-worker right next to him. Such a weak man.
I am a feminist. I respect all women. My boss was a woman. I
have 3
respect her
daughters.
opinion. I have 3 daughters. I respect Mia's opinion, and I'm taking her opinion. So excuse me, Edward, while I do my job.
Meanwhile, Maya's shaking in her cell. I feel like Phoenix is telling lies about me. He's never once cared about what I've had to say. Anyway,
You are going in on Edward like Phoenix as being a bad father. Like little to no context.
right, well, you see.
Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case?
She's waiting for someone to tell her she should answer or not.
Yeah, sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Okay. Well, Miss Andrews. Yes, it was me. Okay.
I have, it's probably crack theory.
She might be.
I don't know.
With the killer.
Well, that was my first thought, but then when it cut back to her with the card, do you think it's like a? Do you think it's like a? Oh, I forget what they call her, what her name is. But in Demon Slayer, she flipped the coin to make her decisions.
Oh,
Not Kanao, Shinobu. I'm trying to remember
I thought it was
her other
Kanao.
name. What? Oh, was it Kanao?
I thought it was Kanao.
Let me see. Kanao, Demon Slayer. I thought that was the name of the sister. Maybe I'm just misremembering. It probably is Kanao.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
yeah, so
right.
Kanao. I remember her name. Like, actually, cool. No, I don't know. It's because it has like 2 sides, and one has something on it and one that doesn't. And when they're talking about how dependent she is, maybe that would be like a nod to that. It's like when she's stuck. I don't know. It's probably not the case.
I was
It
almost
could
wondering
very
if
well
it
be
was
that
like,
she's.
I mean, it's not like it's a seashell or whatever, but I almost wondered if that was like a tarot card or something, or if like after the suicide note and stuff, and like how the game sometimes is like supernatural and shit. If she was like, you know, relying on whatever like the occult or something, or what do they call them? Like fortune tellers, I guess. I don't know either.
Yeah. But it's specifically, well, because you said the card just ended up in her bag one day. Like,
Oh.
that seemed a little sus. I was like, okay. So either someone put that in her bag for a reason, or she just didn't want to admit that she's had it all this time. Maybe it belonged to her roommate, and it reminds her of her, and she thinks about what she would do with the card, maybe? I don't know. So you open the guitar case then?
That was quite a long pause you just had there. Yes.
Yes, well, I am a man, so it does sometimes take me longer to form my sentences in my head, so.
Yes. Well, maybe, perhaps, possibly.
How did you open the guitar case? Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Phoenix, why do you hold these women to such high standards, have such high expectations of how someone would act when finding a dead body?
I'm sorry, I'm just surrounded by so many great women that I expect the same from all women. I'm sorry.
Well, Phoenix, I bet you thought that sounded really forward-thinking, but I bet it doesn't!
Yeah, it probably didn't.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Now, why would she care about the bright red guitar?
Why do you care about your bright pink tie? But getting back on topic...
The what? The bright pink tie?
Yeah, it was a bright pink tie.
Oh. I guess. It's... yeah.
Exactly. Do you see how silly it sounds,
red.
Phoenix? Why do you need to question every little thing? That's what you sound like.
Okay. Was it really empty? I just gotta cover all my bases here. I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright! Honestly, Phoenix, do you know how long these things... You delay them and delay them all the time. They could be wrapped up in like a day if you were more prepared.
Next question. Is that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body?
I imagine Phoenix was like, you know, when Edgeworth wasn't here, everyone was thirsting over me. And now that he's back, everyone's back to bullying me. Why is this?
Why must I be tortured this way? Remember when Edgeworth cared? Remember when Edgeworth was nice to me, even in court? Remember we had that whole tag team thing where we were just like, he forgot about being a prosecutor. Just this.
It was a nice single day that we had that going on.
Exactly. We were just destroying our these criminals in court. It was great. Now he doesn't give a shit about any of that.
Yes, that's probably it. All your issues stem from this man across the court there.
You're not wrong. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
Yep, poor Maya. I wasn't planning on letting up, but...
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Like I always say, break down your opponents bit by bit, and then when they're begging for mercy, you deal the finishing blow!
Yeah, if I had a weapon to hit her with, yeah.
Where's Maya's man? I never wanted to heal that thing, but she's not here, and I need to hit somebody! I mean, no, we won't use the bat, not yet. There's probably a weapon in the court record, just waiting for us to find it.
Okay, so I think we just gotta...
Clearly, because of his days, suppose I might have opened the guitar case after I knocked the face over. It's not a real big illegal though, because it's empty. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
What was it? Wasn't there fingerprints on the case itself? And the only fingerprints on that were... Yeah. Greta's fingerprints were the only ones on there. So maybe the one where she says, I opened it.
Yeah. Twice in a row. Here we go.
Objection!
Yeah. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Unless, of course, you wore gloves, and which is suspicious in and of itself.
I see what you're saying. I see. You mean to imply that I'm so incompetent as a woman that even I can't open a guitar case? Is that it? Really, Phoenix? Once again, just unbelievable.
It's elementary, Mrs. Andrews. Miss Andrews. I wasn't gonna call her my dear. That would seem even more like.
Oh my goodness!
Please don't call me
Phoenix,
honey.
You can't exactly.
Yeah. Don't call me Angel. Okay. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Evidence.
What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
Yes, I mentioned that you could have been wearing gloves, which, again, is just weirder.
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Are you going to once again say that it's strange for a woman to do such a thing? Okay, look, I'm gonna say it now. Why would you be wearing gloves? It was the night of the awards ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. Such attractive. Well, Mr. Ryder seems to witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. It's called fashion. Have you ever heard of it?
Clearly, don't you see this bright pink in quotation marks because I thought it was red tie that I wear all the time?
I think it's pink. It looks pinkish.
Yeah, maybe it's fuchsia. Like, yeah, it's probably a type of pink. Maybe, I don't know. It could just be the coloration. But if you were wearing gloves, you were wearing gloves. Isn't that a little strange?
Now why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Fuchsia! Boom!
Okay. Do we have something that proves she was not wearing gloves?
How do you spell fuchsia? Fuchsia. But I don't. Did he? Oh, he did spell it right. That really. Fuchsia is such a weird looking word. Okay, sorry. Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Yeah, because prints on the glass, so. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. Unless she put them on, took them off. I have your proof right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little bit strange, just a little bit, that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Broke her glasses and just put on the spare. I just realized her pants. She looks very 70s.
I know, I was actually going to say something earlier, but I couldn't think of the right era. But yeah, very, disco kind of looking.
Yeah. I mean, I can rock with it. She does know quite a bit about fashion, I can tell.
Well, looks like you hit that nail on the head this time, Phoenix.
Thank you. I did very good. No, I'm gonna take the compliment.
Oh, you should take the... I was just saying about you. You're saying that she has a good sense of fashion. You still got a long way to go in the courtroom. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh, okay.
But I do believe that the guitar case plays a very important role here.
Well, for now it's just an empty case.
I wonder if it really was empty, though. Whoops.
Do color-corrected monitors mean that it's just like it makes sure that it's the right color? Like,
yeah, I guess so.
Hmm.
Color corrected monitor. Monitor. Yeah, I don't know what it has to do with anything. I guess it just means calibrating it correctly so that, yeah, stuff displays the right way, or the way that it's, like, intended by its hexadecimal color code or some shit, I don't know. Anyway, Fuchsia.
Oh.
Phoenix,
Fuchsia confirmed.
scrub all of your assumptions about what colors are.
Forget everything that you think you know.
What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar, but instead a fuchsia guitar.
You weren't gonna say it, Alice. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? No, that is not right.
You just said fuchsia, Phoenix!
I know.
I admit it would be somewhat unnatural for someone to do that. So, the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact on that case. Objection! Oh, Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work.
But it works every time.
Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided.
Dude, don't fix what ain't broke. No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. I'm just trying to hold her accountable. That doesn't make me a sexist. That makes me someone who is willing to hold people accountable for their actions and words. Which means that the case was closed when the crime took place, like this case will be.
I see hashtag Phoenix Wright cancelled is now trending.
Yep, probably. Don't worry, Your Honor, it's like the 5th time in the last few months. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
If you are so sure, right, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why this guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Gladly.
Well, can you, Mr. Wright? You sound so confident, but you don't look it.
I am always confident, Your Honor. I've been working on that. It's been a work in progress. Let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't need to suggest that a bright black... Alright, we are not entertaining this gag any longer. So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right?
Maybe she thought the, suicide note could be in the case? I don't know.
Maybe.
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. What do you take me for?
Deflate that head of yours. Put down those spiky head bits you have. You have not proven anything. You have no reason to be so cocky. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Camera?
Didn't we... I was gonna say that she thinks a suicide note, but was the camera not already proven that Lotta took it?
Oh, I thought it was it. Stolen night of Urker. I don't know.
Or sorry, not Lotta.
Oh,
Lotta didn't take it. Wendy took it. It was Lotta's.
Let's try this, I guess. So, suicide note. Yeah, suicide note. Why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright, why?
Alright, let's save.
Oh, it didn't let me. Oh, now I can. I have a suggestion. Why don't we put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be?
A suicide note? That's dark.
Yes, and never bring it out again. Take all your emotions, bury them deep within you, and then die.
Man, I miss when Von Karma was simping for me. Jesus Christ. I can't believe I'm saying that. Get a foolishly foolish fool, get some love.
You had a perfectly normal relationship right ahead of you, Phoenix, and you threw it away for this.
Perfectly ignored me. You were not even... Were you watching from heaven and you called that perfectly normal? You know what?
Still
considering you, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, Phoenix, I'm always watching. Can you prove that the God, blah 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 blah, and you prove that the darkness was not empty at the time of the murder?
I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. For the same time. So... I mean, I don't... What would be so important that she would open the case if not... if she thought that it had the... suicide note?
That's just the
Did we maybe present the wrong thing?
I
That was the one that...
I presented this one where it says, was her suicide note hidden? Because this one just says, this one's about her suicide attempt. And this is the autopsy.
Well, maybe it's because... Oh, wait. Go back to it. The one... the one beside the one we're on. Okay. Yeah, it references the suicide. I don't know if that would be enough. But it's the only other thing that I can think of right now.
We did save, so...
Okay.
Suggestion, dark.
Thanks. Well, let's see.
Okay.
What would fit in the guitar case?
Well, we know this. Actually, no, that's not the point. Guitar case, the glasses, and crime photo. Ripped from his costume. I guess we might as well just. No, his autopsy isn't gonna have anything to do with it. I don't know. We might as well just start fucking presenting whatever and just see. So I really don't know what. Okay, sure, great, glad that worked.
Wait, was that just a was that a picture of the Steel Samurai?
This is a photograph of the Steel Samurai's costume.
Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor.
The Steel Samurai's costume! In this graph.
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
What was an on-guard sleeping in it?
Yeah.
What? I thought on guard. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to pick out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Come on, Edgeworth, use that beautiful brain of yours. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. That would be smart, to hide the costume inside so people see you go inside, but they never see you. Well, they see the person you're trying to frame come out.
Why would his rival's
I know, that
outfit.
would have to mean, though... Yeah, that would have to mean Corito was planning on doing something, or she just stashed it away without him knowing. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? It's kind of like the locked room theory, so...
I refuse to accept your locked room theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starting for a big scoop. And I say investigative photographer very loosely. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this other photograph? Order! Order! Enough with the nickelback! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again. Oh, every time with you two. Nice job, Phoenix. Gotta love it when the judge complains.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later.
I know it and I hate it.
Yep.
So the real murderer was the friends we made along the way. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Master Matt on guard, and he was sleeping in it according to that flashback we saw. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai's costume doing inside your guitar case? I guess it was a spare. My first guess?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I find it hard to believe they wouldn't have a spare, just in case something happened to it. Mr. Unguard did not take his costume off during the break period. Oh, the health bar went away. Hopefully that... In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What? Are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Kidwater Hotel? But the odds of that are 1 in 7. What?
Yes, that is what I was...
Phoenix, what is he talking about?
I have no idea. I don't know what that's a reference to. But yes, that is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside of the guitar case? I don't mean that the victim himself had brought despair to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the jamming ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
Do you think... You remember how Matt on guard said that he didn't know anything about a press conference?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be making... Do you think he was going to be... Do you think take his place to make a fake...
Oh, to be fired? Excuse me.
I
think maybe he was going to be fired, or...
I don't know.
I don't know why they would use the other actor for a thing, and he was going to confess something, too.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe he was going to confess something as Matt on guard and try to set him up that way or something. But
it was a press conference built around the Nickel Samurai, not Matt on guard himself. I don't know. Phoenix doesn't know either.
Yeah, that's true. And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection! Why are you mumbling to yourself about... What are you mumbling about to yourself now? Have you just been rambling all of this time without any sense of inner monologue? Do you seriously just speak first and then think later?
Huh? No, I
call
like to talk
prosecution moves to smack Phoenix Wright. Granted, bring out the wrestling mat for settling this with fists. That is, unless Mr. Wright can explain himself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume if you don't want this to turn into the WWE?
Oh, Edward just wants a reason to get all physical with me. It's fine. It's kind of adorable that he got get results.
You cannot do this.
No, he just he just needs a reason.
Are you sure you can explain that? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Spring break.
Oh, you are supporting me. Yeah, you are supporting me, just shouting things as long as I say it with gusto. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
I mean, this is what we were talking about, this whole shtick with the conference, so... Take that! Dude it! What is this? Why did that health bar go away?
The night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. One should not be making something up, right?
Oh, thank you. Your compliment is very noted. And ignored. But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
Reminds me when he was supposed to propose, and then suddenly he didn't realize that you were the one supposed to get that over one knee. But how can that be?
Edward, you mumbling to yourself over there? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Creta himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Creta was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. How now?
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet, and I can admit that. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Creta, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt and Guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. What if that's the case? That's not a confession, that's public disclosure.
Yes, very good for knowing the technicalities.
Miss Andrews. I can see why you are pros at what you do. But, a compliment for us here in Kangaroo Court. It's been years. Yes, just as you say. The press conference was set up by Juan.
Yeah, well, thanks for admitting it.
Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation. Well, I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
No.
Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. But of course, I play both sides to ensure that I always come out on top. He was going to ruin him, huh? Reminds me of my ex-wife. Right, well, it looked like he had somehow, Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
He has. This is feeling like a Ricky Matsui. I wasn't always a firefighter. But I'm assuming Matt and God has a lot more going on with him.
What? Dude, I'm like so fucking deep all the time. The inner mechanisms of my mind are an enigma.
I wasn't always an actor. That's a blank.
Do you know what the secret of Mr. Gordon's is, Miss Andrews? Well, I can speculate he's an idol, so I can only assume he has a girlfriend. That would certainly ruin his career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I can neither confirm nor deny that. It's something only one knew. I don't know what it is, but I have a hard time believing he's in a serious relationship with anybody but himself. I see.
Professional like a spring breeze, that boy.
This is like that bullshit about Emma Watson being self-partnered, isn't it? I've no idea what you're talking about.
Self-partner?
But I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. That's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. I am his manager.
Yeah, you are his manager.
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Los Angeles, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. I wasn't always Matt's manager. The moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button, the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. This does account for everything. Go back once again to blaming a lot of he said, she said, not me, no you sort of stuff going on here. Well, go ahead.
She really, I am so confused. She played both sides, but felt more inclined to protect Matt, but still planted the evidence. So she told Juan she was helping. Someone still had to kill him. Okay.
Well, I am the logical type. I can't blame you all for not being able to keep up. I'm finally seeing her true self. A woman. Lying. Deceitful. And by that, of course, I mean she's more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again, which I get the feeling by him saying he's ready to make a verdict, that means condemning her as the murderer. But of course, we can't just leave it at that, even if it would.
I think it would mean condemning Matt on guard. Because now she's saying that it was Matt, and she was just doing this to protect her client.
Oh, that's what I got confused about. She was protecting... Okay, gotcha. Alright, that means...
But
that just means
why she's suddenly saying that Matt had to kill him no matter what. Because we've already come to the conclusion, I think from her side as well, being like, he had no reason to kill him, he was the winner. Like, why would he care? So I'm confused on why she's backpedaling on that now.
I think I just got the names confused when she was giving her testimony. Like, I think it was like, Juan Frida had to kill Matt. Like, I think that's what I got flipped. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Maximum effort. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Okay, and it was a question.
If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
Evidence,
an opportunity
evidence.
to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence, not just any evidence. And if you think these things through, the answer becomes quite clear. Oh god, you should have already known that, Phoenix. How embarrassing.
They didn't teach us that in school, at least not what I remember. Jesus Christ. Weren't you my mentor?
What kind of school did you go to, Phoenix? They didn't teach you the 3 basic principles of proving something. Oh my god, what an insult.
I speedrun it so that I could meet you, Edward.
Oh my god, may I continue now? If I didn't know any better, I'd say this was a divorce court.
No, it might just be. Stay tuned. So would you say this need came from the press conference?
Yes. Do you know why Horn chose that event and that hotel for the conference?
Yours
That was when he could call the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on guard. The world's idol. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes. Because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. As I said, playing both sides.
But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? You say that because he doesn't know anything about anything. Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
The important thing here is that this. I'm not saying the idiot.
Like he's not going to say anyway, as if that makes him any less of a weak man.
The important thing here is that this information is not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? Trying to deliberately say, not say anyway, just to act like you're not too weak. Or quaint.
Yes, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Fake it till you make it, as they say. Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally?
Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out.
Of course I'm on trial right now as Mr. On Guard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means the defendant had a motive to kill.
Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why?
Oh.
Why am I...
So they're saying that Matt actually knew that the conference was going to happen, and that's his motive. Okay. Sure. I mean, he didn't.
Oh,
that's what
I guess
saying.
so. Yeah. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? If nothing else, you can get her for perjury, right? Like, this is annoying. She's lied about everything so far then. If he truly did know and all that.
No, I'm not telling you anything of the sort. You can't get me for perjury. When I went to get him for the show, he was honestly sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews said. She truly is a beauty. I can't say the same for some people in the courtroom, however, with certain spiky-haired individuals among us.
Yes, Judge. Please just use your words and say what you mean. The judge is glaring straight at Mia.
He's glaring at you, smart guy! Nice try, Phoenix, changing the narrative.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
And what about the button?
The button could have been planted.
It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the gem in his costume. We're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes a very decisive evidence.
How did the room look again?
Huh?
Can you show a picture of the crime scene again? Of where he was killed? Okay, it was pretty messy, not just the base. I thought it was possible that she made it
However...
Well, I'm still not convinced she killed him.
And also, the actual cause of death was a strangling. And with the thing on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how the button... Well, I don't understand how the button would have come off if he was getting strangled. But like, because I would think that he's pulling on the cloth, not his costume. And the knife thing happened afterward, which I still don't really get. I'll see. Looks like you're out, Fox, again, Mr. Wright.
The knife doesn't prove a thing.
Oh, and there he goes again, acting like he doesn't want to say anyway to just move on from the judge's sick burn.
Hey, I can learn from my mistakes.
Up top
Edgeworth.
right for the sick burn.
What?
The boys in kangaroo court.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well, as I said, please fix your testimony.
Oh, I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat and acts like he doesn't want to say anyway to show his weakness. God, Phoenix, you're so weak.
I am learning. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. Jesus,
With an icy stare, yes. Oh God, Phoenix, you're so easy to read. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this testimony to your information.
Mm-hmm. And how do you know that?
The ends of the threads on the button and the costume are matched up. They were found to fit together perfectly, so I heard.
Yeah, Edgeworth. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail?
Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not.
Huh. And I thought I had her this time for sure. Well, that when, if at first you don't succeed, try again. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what?
Yes, I'm wondering if it's gonna have to do with that whole cause of death thing. Let's see.
One sec. Yes,
Okay.
she was quite sleepy. She took some medicine. I think it was like for her sinuses or something.
That'd do it.
Yep. What you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you?
Classic.
Thanks. High five, Mia. And at the worst possible time.
Who's to say who she really stabbed in the back, as you put it?
This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Unguard at any time. Why, then, would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Unguard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant.
The only one I'm starting to bear ill will towards is you.
I'm used to it.
This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax philosophical power hour. And please stop slandering the witness, right, just because you can't defend your own honor. Phoenix Wright philosophical wax power hour. Right.
It's getting a little laggy, I think. Oh, there it is. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid.
Really? Because to me, it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy? I guess we'll see if I press a little more.
You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. And if that fails,
I know.
well then, we always have Mia's back. And by Mia, I mean Maya. And she has 2 knees that have yet to be broken.
Okay,
Phoenix,
got
now's not the time to be getting aroused.
What? Oh, because is the pin you down? This. Trust me, I have no need to pin anything.
Judge, I don't quite feel safe with the way that Phoenix is looking at me with lustful eyes. Phoenix, how dare you objectify her in that manner just because she's young and beautiful? Phoenix is like, I am going to jump out a window.
That's literally like I was like, man, and they wondered why I wanted to jump out the story window so often. They are the reason why I need therapy.
I'm gonna agree on this one. This is what he seemed most kind of questioning about, was the whole button thing.
Yeah.
Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife, which I don't think we've ever really addressed. So let's do it. Hells to the air.
Heck yeah. This is the victim's autopsy report. Oh man, it is pretty laggy. One sec.
I can try lowering the quality more. I don't know if that's gonna help or not, but we'll see.
It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation.
The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
Yeah. So why? And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it. Which would mean that it was ripped off the costume. When?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly. Which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Oh, yeah. Good point. It had to have been planted. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. Forgive me for mansplaining, but there is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body.
Order! What is... What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? That was what I was going to say! So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
Oh, I don't know. What is your hair so spiky, Mr. Wright? What purpose?
Please, come on. Come on. Do a little bit better than the kindergarten insults. We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body.
Rip some things off of you all.
Stop undressing me with your eyes. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Oh, I have something in mind. Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? Is it something lewd by the way you and Mr. Edgeworth are talking to each other?
To have a memento of the crime.
To pin it on him, I would imagine.
Yeah, to pin it on him. Oh man, if you lowered the quality, it did not help. Let me switch my Wi-Fi and see if that helps.
Okay. You do that real quick. I'm gonna run to the restroom. If you can hear me. I thought I managed to say it before you reset, but anyway. Did you already read this stuff yet?
Yeah. Oh dear. Wait.
Diva, you just said it was better.
No, there it is. No, because I made it full screen and it had to catch up and load. So, it was to pin the crime of Mr. On Guard.
Hello.
1 second, I'm responding to Tom.
Okay.
There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. Unless they were a psychopath, but
Now we're king shaming.
that's right. That's right, Mr. Guard was set up and not kinky. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer. That's right. Who in the world's the real killer then?
Of course, it's the killer. Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
I know, Maya's life is depending on me.
I mean, I guess we're going with her still, right?
I guess so? Yeah. So we safe?
I moved me past it. I couldn't.
Gotcha. Miss Adrian Andrews.
Oh my God.
I choose you. You are Mr. Creed's killer. Throws a Pokeball at her.
What? Playing with my life and he's making a Pokemon reference out of it. Order, Mr. Rice! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your wild reference?
Wild reference? Excuse me, Pokemon's a classic, even in this early year of 2000... whenever this game takes place, actually. Oh, no, this game actually kind of takes place in the... I don't remember what year, but doesn't matter. All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews.
Present-day episodes of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations take place between 2018 and 2019.
Yeah, even though the game came out in like 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, modern time, like complication is to get Yeah, it seems to be a whole thing with the timeline. It's probably not important. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
Then, what about this knife?
I think that's like the thing we can most pin on you, because you were the one that had the dinner, right? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. The knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
Well, then, what about the body that was found in Matt's Hakama?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. We've established this. Come on now. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. You, my dear, could be both. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Unless, again, he was a psychopath. But... Ida-looking ass. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him up from his nap. Which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews, because the whole spare costume thing.
Oh my, how lewd.
How lewd.
Look at them shoulder blades. Nice.
Definitely the reason blind girls have strict dress codes. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. That juice is still a thing, though. Like, unless we're assuming she's such like a cold-blooded killer that after she killed the guy, she was like, now some juice, and then
time some celebratory tomato juice.
Exactly. I don't think that's the case. I don't know. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No, I'm just a girl with excellent shoulder blades and polygon definition. But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. What? That's right! Don't you shake your head at me, that's right!
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. Like I did. But then everyone got on me about mansplaining, so So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Oh, so we're assuming she just did it for the act.
Not another pair of glasses.
And to top it all off, there is this photo. I gotta say, I didn't think it was gonna be so easy as to be her, but it does now seem that way. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime.
Oh, Phoenix, famous last words.
I know, it's not gonna be her, I'm sure. There's gonna be something that blows the whole, every accusation out of the water. It's gonna be presented by Edward, I just know it. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. But that would mean there was another killer who was shorter, just short. The killer's also a short king. Speaking of how tall people are...
I'm tall.
Oh, speaking of how tall people are... Yeah, we did prove that. He's like 5... Which one of them is 5'10"? I don't remember.
I think Phoenix is 5'10" and Edwards is like 5'11".
By an inch, of course.
Yeah.
Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? You are a short queen.
Please stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? Oh, I've got her this time, or so I would like to believe, but this is usually the moment where Edgeworth comes out and says, no objection.
Miss Andrews, my short queen. I refuse to testify.
You have the right to be silent, I guess. But anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can't incriminate me.
Does Japan have that too, or is that something they added for localization? I wonder.
Yes. being we are in California, you are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing the witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
I mean, I knew this, but are we really just gonna go along with that right now? She could just be like, no, I don't want to.
The statutes concerning the privilege against self-incrimination laws under the new Constitution of Japan are as follows. The Japanese Constitution, Article 38, provides no person shall be compelled to testify against himself. Ah, loophole! Himself! You must, because you are herself. Therefore...
Of course. Even in Japan, the laws weren't made with the ladies in mind.
I would almost say especially in Japan, but...
Yeah.
That's none of my business. That's just my opinion that I'm not supposed to have.
Absolutely. Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Like, unless you were for sure guilty. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Engard's room.
Adrian Andrews?
Oh, good. Even when she's not here, she's here.
You have all missed me in my VIP and you know it. Yes. Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. God, not even a bullet can stop that woman.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss H. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like she must have told her to take the fall or something like that. I don't know. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad.
Oh, you did a good job of proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. There's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I have. Oh, it's the motive. Are we gonna have to bring up?
Sister.
Are we gonna have to really break her? We're gonna have to break her.
Oh, chut. What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
Oh no, I just...
presented 6 pieces of incriminating evidence like that matters at all. I mean, I thought 6 was good. What's so funny, Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor, seeing as how you're so much smarter than stupid, sexy Phoenix right over there. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
Oh, 1 second. I got a message from my,
Ah, Phoenix, you blacked out for like 10 minutes there.
I did. I apologize.
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. I think that me saying that I wanted to kill him would make me look bad, so I'm just gonna not say anything, quite frankly. But Miss Andrews!
How smart.
If you do that, it would be the same as anything or get what you think. Kinda hard to... Maybe so, and maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way if I don't say nothing. Besides, you don't even know what crime I'm guilty of due to my silence.
No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. What is this? Mia, why? Why? Naze?
Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. This is what happens when you think you have it in the bag, Phoenix.
I know. I'm never gonna feel confident again.
Well, I think we have reached some sort of conclusion. Miss Andrews has refused to testify. And the defense's theory that she's the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
Okay, wait, so they basically said she doesn't have a motive? Is that what it was?
We haven't proven that she has a motive. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm very clear that it's probably going to be suicide thing. So, but that's not true. What?
In this situation, there's only one thing the court can do, and that's to give the middle finger to the defense. Recess! Again.
You need your snack break? Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial...
No. Can't be, no. We don't have it tomorrow, or at least Maya doesn't have it tomorrow. I don't get a not guilty verdict today. Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial... Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Oh, your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
I thought he knew, so I guess he doesn't. Cause he was also insisting at, not too long ago that we continue the trial. But maybe that was just him being like, no, perfect. That's not it. This isn't about that. Believe it or not, I can think about other things. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Yeah, he probably does. Please, this is me begging, okay? In front of God and everyone. Please let this trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
What does your daughter have to do with anything? Your other daughter? What is impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses? Oh, then this court is... Oh God, I can't believe I'm doing this again. It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Aren't you supposed to be on my side? Miss Redruth, what are you... Well, it's true that Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, that only applies to men. If the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Sure. Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about, Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is.
Oh, but when I said it! When I said it!
Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
I'm fucking done. I hate it here. I'm gonna come out the window.
Yeah, Phoenix, why didn't you ask this already? So my actions are unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Oh, but when she said she was dazed and confused, that wasn't enough for you? Are you mansplaining Edgeworth? Hashtag cancel Edgeworth, everyone.
Silence from the court. Crickets.
Yep. Sounds about right. I hate it here.
Testify. Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
I can't believe begging worked. I should have known.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I just can't get a good read on that guy. What about you?
I'm not in the...
Is he wanting to get back together with you or not? I don't know.
Mia, in the 20-some years that I have known this man, never once have I come to that conclusion. To any definite conclusion. Even when we were married, sometimes I felt like one day he would just, he would be sunshine and rainbows, the other day he would kill me in my sleep. I don't know.
Is that what did it for you, Phoenix? The thrill of not knowing? And yet you have such a thing against Yanderes. Huh. Alright, the court acknowledges the prosecution's request. A glass of juice. I didn't really pour it out for myself. It was more for my homies. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired, looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
Oh, so just first for him.
When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. So you poured the glass for your homies. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, there's nothing left.
Oh, I'm very well aware that this is literally the thing. Edward, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? I am very specifically focused on Maya, but you... Why? But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for? The dead man.
Mr. Right. There's a rhyme and reason for everything. Anyway, just a little bit longer for it to be real to you. In other words, right. Be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Shut your mouth.
When the game tells... I love how the game tells you, like, press everything. Like when you do, it's like, God, why are you pressing on something so trivial? It's, God, you're such an idiot. Jesus Christ, I need therapy. So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Kurita?
Oh, I understand the frustrations of not being able to prove your theory. However, before you ask leading questions and accuse people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness?
Lumped over, with a knife in his chest?
Yes, he was just sitting there with his eyes tilted.
Oh, I guess at that point we're saying that he wouldn't have the knife in his chest because she had to... Wait. Okay, I'm getting confused. If we're saying she's the one who killed him, she would have had to be the one to place the knife in his chest. So... Yeah. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna have to say that she probably is... Like, he didn't have the knife there before, but you walk in and there's a knife, like... You might, and can we also assume that you were the one who strangled him?
Yeah, he was sitting there, eyes hit. He really looked
Bumped
like he was
over.
sleeping. Yeah.
Oh yes, I too sleep with a knife in my chest. Like where my heart used to be when Edward walked out of... Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, I think. Alright, I saved, so I'm just gonna fucking...
Get this over with.
Yeah.
It's not even the picture of the knife itself.
What?
Yeah. It might be the knife itself.
Wonder, what else did she say? She stayed...
That he was dead.
It didn't cross my mind.
That could also be
Yeah.
something that's present on.
Maybe the picture on that one? Okay.
Yep.
Specifically that he was dead.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah, yes. Sleeping so peacefully.
What is it? Okay, come on, Judge.
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man.
But that's it.
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is...
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. Oh my gosh. Are we really saying that she's the killer? All of my instincts.
No. Well, it looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on God, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. You're far too beautiful to be flustered. It wasn't me. I'm telling you, it wasn't. It was Matt. I swear it. He was the one who killed Fawn.
But you were the one who refused to testify, so... And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
No, that's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
It's gonna be the suicide thing, right?
I had a roommate.
And then it was like, say no more!
I refuse to testify.
Alright, well.
Then there's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on God's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Oh my god. Is it over? For the first time in my life, did I get it done in the first day?
It might have been if you hadn't just asked that question, Phoenix.
I guarantee, like, this, of course, this would be the time where we prove, like, we have to prove that it wasn't her. Have we found the truth at last? Is Edgeworth gonna shout objection and then, you know...
What's wrong, Phoenix? If you start doubting it, something bad's gonna happen.
I know, I'm triggering all the flags right now, but usually... well, usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. Oh, yeah, that too.
That is true, yeah.
And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Like, they have the whole freak out.
No, then I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on God.
Edward's been awfully quiet.
Your Honor. The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass a verdict down at this time. Dare I ask what? Well, the reason is quite simple. Stupid feet. The witness has yet to speak the absolute, real truth. The absolute, real truth. What do you... Witness, don't you understand yet? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you project yourself through this silence, Matt on God will go free, and in his place, you will rot. That's a lie. No, I don't believe you.
Very clearly, what?
I was told. I spoke. You are man. You evil woman told me. I was told that if I spoke, it would be all over. And Matt would never be declared guilty. I just...
Oh, she's doing... Oh. So she thinks that by... Wait a second. Did she just say that he would not be declared guilty? If she didn't speak? Did I misread that or mishear you?
No, if she spoke, then Matt on guard would not be declared guilty. Yeah. And she wants him declared guilty.
Okay, gotcha. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. I don't... It's Francisco Von Karma. God, that whip works wonders.
I cannot believe... let's just dunk on Von Karma a little bit more, please.
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Von Karma
Especially
swallowed
a
that
woman.
power vacuum. Precisely.
Yep, I'm
She
aware.
doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
And right now, Miss Andrews is being taken advantage of, and we have to lift her up.
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, that arm guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undoubtedly believes those words right now and is clinging on to them.
Are you telling me you have to use Talk No Jutsu on this woman to get her to confess? This is the first time I've ever come across something like this. They didn't teach us this in law school either, I'm sure you can believe. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? Or not. But all we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority. Except by talking her up and getting her to speak, it would get Madame Guard declared guilty.
It wasn't me. I beg you, please believe me. I didn't kill Warren. Help. Please. Someone help me. Von Karma.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
the court can't continue on like this, so I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I know exactly what I'm supposed to say.
Right, I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who is the killer, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm about to risk Maya's life for my integrity. I knew what's gonna come to this.
Don't mind me, Phoenix. I'm just picking up this bat real quick.
There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, which is what I would like to think.
Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Phoenix Wright? Are you a father or a fucker?
Fucker, Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what you have to do, Gabe.
I'm a father.
Jesus. And then I'm just gonna get beat up on. No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. There's no other person. Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Fuck my integrity. Your Honor, I am not a simp. The defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible.
I'm disappointed in you, Wright. To think
Okay,
you would
reload,
choose your
Gabe.
daughter
Gabe,
over the-
reload. I'm not dealing with this.
What have you learned this past year? Even if this was
Reload.
the right choice, you lost your points with me. and
Reload.
That's all that
Reload.
matters.
Reload, you.
That is enough! Reload! I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that Maya matters more than you.
You're wrong.
I'm never wrong. Time for my reverse endo card. Oh, what a shame. I'd hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What is this? Why are you pulling out a Yu-Gi-Oh deck? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Stop now.
Not the roommate. Mr. Edgeworth! This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
What?
Hey,
You
so
have,
what happens
you
if
have a husband. What are you trying to say?
What happens if we reload and we do say? Are we the ones that have to drag it out of her, or is it always Edgeworth?
I feel like it's gonna be him no matter what. And because of this illness, he has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Stop. No, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here as it does the defense. No, that's...
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court that you have a roommate. And the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Yeah, the secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please stop, I beg you. If people found out, if you're going to say you would choose death, then that is of no concern to me.
Well, okay. Adrian, how can you... You know what? I was gonna ask how can you be so cold, but I know.
However, before you die,
Jesus.
I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do, because I am perfect. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk. Please, help me. Nothing matters anymore. So this is what you wanted all along, isn't it, Phoenix Wright? It's like,
no.
I didn't do this.
I didn't do shit.
We will all blame him for it anyway.
Yep.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up with the Nickel Samurai costume.
What was the inconvenience? The photographer, or?
I don't know, but... something. Stab the body with an... Why? Wasn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly idiot man. Phoenix? I mean, what do you mean by all this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... as someone who also had a roommate, this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. I don't... The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again. Just like last time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay.
But Juan was the one with the secrets in the... Why would... Okay, so we clearly still need to learn shit.
About Matt specifically, yes, because if...
implications of her mentor's last murder and stuff, because clearly it's not as tied to Juan as we would have thought, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Last time.
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime.
Okay, so she just so happened to come across the dead body. Fine. How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Come on now, guys.
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Yeah, I know. Even though I was totally down to testify, but someone wanted to go and be like, nope, guilty verdict. Or not guilty verdict. but you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
Well, he had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf was part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. And we're back to this. I knew because one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. Okay, well that's something. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. And that's when I thought, I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged piece of evidence with the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at the dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought that if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. It's a horrible thing I did. But at the time I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own, you know, like the superheroes do.
I was gonna say a hero, so you're not a hero.
I am a hero. Just when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button somehow, I can make Matt look even more suspect.
And so you thought to rip off one of the buttons and plant it in Mr. Arngard's Hakama.
Yes, that's what I had planned to do for justice. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lana.
There was also a woman with the ray gun, already pacing back and forth.
And that's Ms. Oldback for you.
Our favorites.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go looking like myself and get caught again.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony.
And you did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes. Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
Alright, enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Arngard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama, yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word.
Oh, what does all this mean?
I'm getting lost. Mr. Edgeworth, is it?
Yes, you should definitely know my name by now.
The real criminal is Matt Arngard, I assure you. Yesterday, that woman, the prosecutor, sat me down for a talk and a whipping.
Yeah, that's her.
She said that I, under no circumstances, should confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, Matt would be found guilty for sure. I I had no choice but to believe in her words.
We all have a choice, Miss Andrews.
Yep, and you made the wrong one.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the killer.
Honestly,
Wait, Your Honor.
I don't know what we would do. I mean, like the judge said, she fucked up, but I don't really see what we have that would prove that she actually strangled him.
Yep.
Right. You know as well as I do, even with your daughter on the line, that she did not do it. It's pointless. Your daughter must perish. You have 2 other ones, it's not that big of a deal. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is your daughter's life. You couldn't establish that witness was the culprit. Let it go!
I am a father first, defense lawyer second.
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange her detention immediately. Gumshoe, come. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Well, that felt like I had a lot of weight.
I have now signed your daughter's death sentence. Wait. I have now signed your daughter's death sentence.
Boy. Today's trial. It's over.
And I am signing your death sentence, Phoenix. Here comes the bat.
Honestly, do it. I deserve it. I didn't even win an acquittal. Oh, hello?
Sorry, I got a message real quick.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth. Oh god, this could break me. Whatever it is, this could be it.
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It has had my interest for quite some time now. Is it a tarot card? Is it some sort of localization? I must know. What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Oh, Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although, I didn't remember the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room that day.
The room? You said it was in your bag or something.
That day.
Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder. Right?
You just took evidence from the crime scene. Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me, and also you took evidence from a crime scene, but as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry.
Okay, what? I guess my
Phoenix.
coin flip.
This is the
My
fact
coin
of
flip
thieves.
threes the water.
This is a mental shutdown.
Yep.
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hear this from me all the time.
Wow, Edgeworth, you just going in on this woman. What happened to the whole feminist
There is
thing?
no one else here in this courtroom, and nobody will believe your word over mine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to. What is this all about?
Me? Like I am a woman. I'm in the courtroom. I could beat his ass.
I have Maya's bat.
I've never seen him like this. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? Is this gonna be to be continued? Yeah, of course.
Dun 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 dun.
Well, I was right to say that the trial will not be where the story ends.
So I guess we gotta find. We still got something else to see here.
In fact, that is the case.
I was gonna say, I wonder if we're gonna get back to Pearls or if we're still gonna be Mia.
Yeah, who did we? She wasn't at the court, was she? Where did we leave her? Did she have a babysitter?
Pearls was Mia.
Or you're right. Yeah. I don't know. My mind immediately was like, wait, who was watching our kid? Our other kid. Mia was watching our own kid. She was inside our other kid.
Yeah.
Yep. Awkward.
Like, all right, Phoenix. Well, you fucked up, and now you have to deal with Pearl. Bye.
Listen to my integrity.
Alright, well that's a story for another time, because I have work tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thanks for playing with me, Gabe.
Glad we finally got to get something in.